The Faculty Association is the union for the teachers at PCC, and they have endorsed me and are supporting me financially as well as with volunteers. And so what they want is according to the mission statement and bylaws of the college, there is supposed to be shared governance. So when decisions are made, the faculty are supposed to be able to give input and approve decisions that are made. But they feel that the process is being shortchanged, is being shortcut, and decisions are happening without full input from the faculty there are more than 1,000 teachers at PCC. And obviously they are what the central core of what makes the school work. And so they feel that they should have input in what's going on there. So there are, of the 7 seats that exist on the board, there are 4 up for election this term. The Faculty Association is supporting 1 incumbent and 3 challengers. So for my race, they're supporting me. For the race in South Pasadena, they're supporting the challenger. And for the race, the other race I mentioned to the far east, they're supporting the challenger, Alton. And so they're supporting 3 challengers and 1 incumbent. And the one incumbent they're supporting is Sandra Chin Lau, who represents District 1. That's the east side of the Arroyo, and the northern part of Altadena and the northern parts of Pasadena, which are, as you can imagine, it's a very special demographic. It's a rather well-to-do demographic in the district. And so the hope of the Faculty Association and other people is that if all 3 of these challengers can win, there'd be a solid voting block of the 7 seats. If they have 3 new people along with the 1 incumbent, then that would make a solid voting block. So that's one goal. Whether, there can be no certainty that would happen, but with 1 or 2 people, what an individual board member or a couple of board members can do is raise issues, force decisions to undergo a more considered process, can open up the process. There's something called the Brown Act, which means meetings have to be open and information has to be shared about meeting plans and decisions. But even within that process, it still feels like certain decisions are not given the proper airing that they need. For example, there's a program that was cut last month called a graphics program, a graphics vocational training program. It includes silk screening and design. And this entire program was cut by the board in about 3 seconds. It came up as it was announced as item number 4 on the agenda, addition and reduction of programs. And the question was all in favor. Everyone voted to approve it with no discussion. That was the decision. And so it meant cutting these classes from students, cutting faculty, and that was the amount of decision that went into that. It's caused a lot of controversy, this issue. There's been the board has had to have additional hearings now afterwards because there's been so much outrage from the faculty and from students. The following board meeting had testimony from students who had been through the program, and it was amazing to hear the stories of these students who went through this program and got great jobs or started their own business. One student travels around the world selling his art prints. So it's an amazing story to hear of of success of these students who have gone through this program. But that decision was made in 3 seconds by the current board. An analysis was provided by the administration, meaning the president and the administration provided an analysis to the board, which stated that they recommended the termination of this program. The main criteria for why it should be terminated, according to the analysis, was the jobs that arise from this art program are not good paying jobs. So it's, when I've thought about this issue afterwards, I've come to the conclusion that all artistic training would fall into the same category. Any painting, craft making, you could make the same argument. You could say the average graduate of these kind of classes probably will not make a good salary immediately coming out of school. So that's the defense of cutting this program. And so an individual board member could change that. An individual board member could say, wait, we need to hear whoever wants to speak in opposition to this position. We need to hear pro and con. One board member could do that.